Omega-3, is that good?
Omega-3 fish oil, as we've talked about before, I mean, this is probably one of the best and easiest things that people can do to improve their health, improve the way they age. Omega-3 fatty acids, 90% of the US population is not getting enough of them, 80% globally. Everyone, nobody's getting enough omega-3 fatty acids, particularly from seafood. So the EPA and DHA from fish oil are probably the best forms. If you have a high omega-3 index, you have a 5-year increased life expectancy compared to low omega-3 index. If you're a smoker and you have a high omega-3 index, then you're gonna live as long as a non-smoker with a low omega-3 index, right? I mean, so the low omega-3 index is like smoking. Basically, you have a 66% lower chance of getting Alzheimer's disease with a high omega-3 index. And even more recently, there were studies showing that omega-3 slows epigenetic aging. But a study showed that omega-3 fish oil supplementation, this was a study out of Switzerland, 88% of them were already physically active at the start of the trial. And I mentioned that because the trial involved omega-3, it involved vitamin D, and it involved resistance training, or the combination of all three. And only the omega-3 was able to slow epigenetic aging, biological aging, because for one, they were already physically active, so adding resistance training on top of their baseline didn't do much, and they were vitamin D sufficient. So the omega-3 was able to slow epigenetic aging. The combination of all three slowed it by 4 months. This was just after 1 year. Again, it's compounding, but also within that study, they looked at real world outcomes. So that also correlated with, they had a 60% less likely chance of being pre-frail, so pre-frailty, right? They also were less likely to get cancer as well. So, I mean, it's really kind of translating to these health outcomes that we think of, and all you need to do is supplement with about 1.6 to 2 grams a day of omega-3 to get a good omega-3 index. But I will mention one thing, Stephen. I don't think that's a great idea because fish oil is a polyunsaturated fatty acid. It is prone to oxidation. So you want to put it in a low temperature environment. I keep all my fish oil frozen, and then when I'm ready to use it, I put it in the fridge. So like I have a store of it, I have a stock of it I buy, and then it's in the freezer, and then I put it in the fridge with the bottle that I'm using from. And it's freezing it does nothing, it's fine. So it's basically just keeping it really, really low oxidation.
So I need to put this in the fridge?
You need to put it in the fridge, and also make sure you're getting a quality brand, right? So you're gonna third-party testing again. You wanna have a total oxidation, ideally less than 10. And there are brands out there that do have a oxidation less than 10.
Which means it's more fresh and pure.
It's less oxidized. You don't wanna be consuming oxidized fat because that's also not good.
Okay.